This week we're talking one limited set review, new Phyrexia All Is One. Don't forget to check out our socials, links in the description, and there will also be links in the description to rate the cards yourself if you'd like to use the Google Forms that you see in this video to rate the cards. Links will be in the description. When we do these ratings, we give everything a rating from 0 to 10. We're going to kind of quickly go over what at least I feel each number represents. So a 10, best cards in your deck at all times, will win you many games alone and can win you the game from behind. It has to be answered immediately or it will win you the game. 9 is like the best cards in your deck usually, unless you have a 10. It can be left unchecked. If it's left unchecked, it'll win you the game. It's splashable. You'll go out of your way to play it. But it doesn't always immediately like impact things, but it will win you the game. 8 are the top 4 cards of your deck. If you give someone 8, it's the top 4 cards of your deck. It's the main reason you're in those colors. It's kind of what your deck is trying to do. It's the cards you're hoping to get every game. 7's your top 8 cards in your deck. Premium removal falls into the 7 range. If you put a card above a 7, that means you're taking it over premium removal, such as like murder. 6 is the best 14 cards in your deck. This is the glue, the enablers, the light payoffs, the cards that are helpful to your deck and your strategy. And these cards are always making the cut. You're never cutting a 6 from your deck unless you just have like a ridiculous. 5 are like the bottom 6 to 7 cards of your deck. They make the cut. They're fine. They're 2/2s for 2, 3/3s for 3. They're good, but you're not excited to play them. They're just 4, the bottom cards of your deck. You're looking to cut those. You consider cutting them regularly as you're playing throughout formats. They're just cards you're always considering cutting. Should I cut this? Should I put it in? And they kind of can sometimes fill slots. Like, I don't have a 3-drop, so I'm just going to jam this. That's a 4. 3 are your sideboard and niche cards that are only good in certain situations. 2 are your unplayable cards that you'll sometimes side in. You're not really looking to main board those. Or they can just be really narrow cards that go in just like one specific, maybe. 1 are cards you should be embarrassed to lose to. If you lose to a card that's a 1, at least me, it makes me mad when that happens. And 0, if I rate something a 0, I'm never putting it in my deck, and that's a Packmate's vow to you. If I give something a 0, I'm not playing it.
All right, welcome to the Packmates. And we're going over Phyrexia 1. I don't actually know the name of the set. Phyrexia All Will Be 1, is that it?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, and we're starting with our red commons and uncommons set review. Starting with the commons. And the first comment we have up is Axiom Engraver, which is 1 in a red for a 1/3 Phyrexian Wizard. Whenever it enters the battlefield, it gets 2 oil counters. You can remove an oil counter to discard a card, draw a card. It's like Goblin Picker. But it's like Goblin Picker with oil counters. I have this at like a 4. It's a little better. Yeah. It's dirtier, but yeah.
I definitely have this as a 4 on our regular scale, but on the Goblin Picker scale, it was a 1, just like in the vein of Goblin Pickers, where Scrapwork Mutt's number 1, Goblin Pickers like mid, and then there's some bad ones. This is on the badder side of those guys too.
Yeah, you can only do it so much. It is free though, right? Like that is not irrelevant.
Yeah, you just gotta wait. You don't get it immediately. I don't like the guy.
Yeah, right. It's a 1/3 too, which is terrible.
Yeah.
Yep, 4.
Yep, sounds good.
Next up, we have a Barbed Batter Fist. It's a 2-cost artifact equipment, and it is a for 1 colorless and 1 red. It has the 4 mirrored mechanics, so you get that 2/2 rebel attached to it, and then you get equipped creature gets a +1, -1, and you get to equip it for 1, so you get a 3/1 out of this, and that's pretty decent. I think this is pretty good. It's gonna be good on your flyers in that kind of sense there. I like it. It's a 4 or 5. It's 5.
Yeah, I'm at a 6 for it just because equipment that you can traditionally equip for 1 is usually good. And this is a 3/1 for 2, which is fine rate. That lets you move stuff around where you need it to later. So I'm at a 6.
I'm at a 6 too. I love it.
I think that
do
minus
really
one's going
like-
to come up more often than
I
not.
love 3/1s.
Yep,
For
they're great.
two. Yeah, yeah.
Next up, we have Bladegraft Aspirant. This is 2 colors and a red for a Phyrexian Warrior. It's a 2/3 and it has Menace. Equipment spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. Activated abilities of equipment you control that target Bladegraft Aspirant cost 1 less to activate. I think you're gonna want this in only the equipment decks, obviously. But with that being said, I don't think it's anything special. I give him a 5.
Yeah, I'm like a 5 too. I like it. It's okay, but yeah, like you said, just the equipment decks.
These are the cards that are connective tissue in a lot of decks. This guy actually just has a decent ability of just being a 2/3 menace guy, and then he has some abilities there. He's a 5, but definitely connective tissue in those decks. You got to be on the lookout for it.
All right. Next up, we have Blazing Crescendo, which is 1 and a red for an instant. Target creature gets +3/+1 until end of turn. Exile the top card of your library until the end of the turn. You may play that card. Like a 5. It's a combat trick.
Yeah, this is a 5 for me. The extra card is combat tricks have come a long way. Now we're getting extra cards in this.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. We haven't seen this on a combat trick. Like
Yeah.
it might be way better than that. Low-key,
Yeah, it
but
probably is. It just replaces itself.
Ryan's gonna give it like a 9. So
I have some opinions.
All right,
I think this is like a blue-red multicolored card, basically. I think it's
Yeah.
really only for the Izzet deck. I think any of the other decks you play it in is going to be significantly worse because you're going to have significantly higher 4+ drops in those other decks, and it's going to be harder to like cast that card that you exile.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
Izzet deck,
maybe.
it's going to get tons of triggers, and it's just going to be better. I think in most decks it'll be a 3 or 4, but in the Izzet deck it could go as high as a 6.
Wow, drawing a card on a trick
It's not drawing a card though. It's you have to play it this turn, and
until the end of your next turn, right?
oh, that's true.
Oh,
Till the end
yeah.
of your next
Yeah,
turn.
Yeah,
that is
better.
true. That is
Yeah.
better. Maybe that's
Yeah,
a 5.
Yeah.
Maybe that is a 6, low-key.
Yeah. Okay. I thought it was till the end of your
Let's
turn.
lift it up a little bit, guys. Come on.
The
If
end
You
of
don't
your
get
next turn is
+3/+1 draw a card.
Yeah,
That's
no.
pretty good.
End of your next turn's a long time, right?
Yeah, it really is.
So maybe it is a 6. Maybe it is better.
Yeah.
There you go.
That-
There you go. All right. Next up, we have a Chimney Rabble. All right, Chimney Rabble for so it costs 4, 3.
It's chimney.
Is it chimney?
Chimney, yeah.
Yeah, chimney.
Chimney?
Chimney. Like
Santa Claus goes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Santa
yeah.
Claus Rabbler. Oh man.
Santa Claus Rattler, yeah.
Yeah, Santa Claus chimney. All right. Anyways, so it costs 4, 3 colorless and a red for a 3/3 Phyrexian Goblin Warrior. That's a lot of creature types. Haste. When Chimney Rabbler enters the battlefield, you get to create a 1/1 Phyrexian Goblin token creature, and it's got some cool flavor text. But this guy's gonna be bashing in. This guy's great. It's definitely like a 5. I like it when they split up the power and toughness on different guys, and it has haste. I think it's going to be important in this set.
Yep. I think it's 5.
I have it at a 6. I really like it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot. You're getting
Yeah.
a lot off that. Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Off the Santa Claus Rattler.
Rabble. It's just rabble. It's not even rabbler.
No,
It's
it
a rattler.
rabbles.
It's just
It rabbles, right?
I've never seen a guy rabble more than that.
All right. Next up, we have Forge Hammer Centurion. This is 2 colors and a red for a Phyrexian Warrior creature. It's a 3/2. And whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, it gets an oil counter. Whenever Forge Hammer Centurion attacks, you may remove 2 oil counters from it. When you do, target creature can't block this turn. So this is, a red-black combo card for when you're sacking stuff. It'll be fine in other decks too. But it's a 3/2 for 3 with a lot of stuff to really set it up to make it shine. I think it's a 4.
Yeah, you made that sound like it was going to be way better than it, like you actually rated it. Yeah. Like I disagreed with everything you said until you got to the 4 part. but
You
yeah.
disagree that it's a Rakdos card?
Oh my
No,
god!
I just like you were like it's got a lot of stuff to make it shine.
Yeah.
It's got all this stuff.
Really
for
hyped it up.
You really hyped it
It's
up.
got like a lot of stuff to it, but like at the end of the day, it's
Yeah,
just like a
it's
bad
just
card.
minted.
I like
Yeah.
that you're still kind of hype on it, even though just the way
You
you
are
talk.
super
I
hype
mean,
on it.
whenever I see target creature can't block, it does excite me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
yeah, that's
Like
fair.
that's that shit I do like.
Aggro expert right there.
But you have to have 2 creatures die to make something not be able to block. That seems like a
Yeah.
lot.
I think we're all 4 here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, next up we have Free from Flesh, which is 1 mana for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Put 2 oil counters on it. I have this at 5. It might be insane.
It could be really good, but I have
know.
it as a 4. I don't think how many times I've played a +2/+2 at 1.
This is
We
the
have-
card I'm most excited to play around.
Yeah,
Like-
I feel you. I do feel you because like there's that one guy that gets +1/+1 for each oil counter on it. It's like
Yeah.
a +4/+4 for it.
Think of all
Yeah.
the creatures that won't be able to block with this.
Yeah. I mean,
It's cute. I like it.
I think yeah, and then I don't know. Like it's hyper aggressive in the Izzet deck, right? Like, but
Putting oil counters on stuff.
plus
I
two
love
plus
it.
2 for 1 is fine too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
have it at a 5,
yeah.
but I'm excited to play around it. Like I might try to abuse it
It might be better. I definitely
for sure. Like there's a chance it could be the
The
best.
more
trick in the
oil
format.
matters. Yeah, the more oil matters. You know, who knows what a oil counter really costs in these kind of things.
Yeah, like some oil counters are absurd. Like there's like a 2/2 flyer for 4 that power is equal to its oil counters, right?
Mhm.
And that
Mhm.
gives it +3/+5/5, which is a lot for a flyer.
Yep.
All right. Then we have a Furnace Strider. It's a 5 cost, so 4 colorless and a red for a 4/5 Phyrexian Beast. When Furnace Strider enters the battlefield, it enters with 2 oil counters on it. Remove an oil counter from Furnace Strider. Target creature you control gains haste until the end of turn. It's like a cool little Fires of Yamamaya, or I think there was one that had counters on it in one of the other sets. So just kind of giving haste around. This guy's pretty good. Although target creature can still give itself haste, which is really nice too. That's a 5.
I think I'm slightly above it. I think this is a really good top end red card. I'm at a 6.
Yeah, I have this at 7. This is charging Monstrosaur.
Ew.
Like this card's insane. This card's super nutty. It doesn't have trample, right? But it can give something else haste too. Like you're always like playing this and just sending it in immediately. Like it's
Yeah.
horrifying. Yeah. This could just kill you out of nowhere. Yeah, this card's scary.
Yep. And then if it sits around and gets more and more counters on it, just gets scarier and scarier.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
fine.
Next up, we have Hazardous Blast. It's a 3 mana and a red for a sorcery. I'm excited about this card. It deals 1 damage to each creature your opponents control, and creatures your opponents control can't block this card. This used to be a staple in sets. There used to be a 4 mana sorcery that made it to where like non-flying creatures your opponents control can't block this card. They're always like kind of bad, but I love them. I don't know why.
Because
I
when
just
it hits
love
the
'em. They
flyers,
just win you the
it's
game.
strictly better.
Yeah, this is all your opponent's creatures can't block this turn. This is just the top end for your removal. But that being said, like it's a bad card, right? Like it's not that good, but it's a pretty. I love it, so I'm gonna give it a 5.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
I'll
That's
give it
fair.
a
You'll
3.
play it. You'll
That's
play
fair.
it. This
I don't think
this
I'm gonna
will
play
see play.
I'll see it in my
For sure.
sideboard, but that's the last time I'm going to see it.
You're gonna see it when you're at 8, and none of your stuff can block, and you die. That's when you're gonna see it, and you're gonna see it often.
Oh man,
Ryan's gonna pick these up so
he's going to
early.
very aggressively.
No, they're gonna come to me late, baby. That's the good thing about them. You just get them for free with no cost.
Next up, Hex Gold Slash, which is 1 red mana for an instant. It deals 2 damage to target creature. If that creature has toxic, it deals 4. Yeah, like a 6. It's good.
That's
It's not
6.
premium removal, but it's good.
Definitely 6.
Yep.
It's like a shock, but slightly better.
Worse because it doesn't go face, right? Better and worse.
Slightly better.
Better and
That's
worse.
like deals 4 to yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Face. Okay. Whatever.
Golgotha Cracker. For a 2 colorless and a red for a 2/3. To creature Phyrexian Hyena with Trample. Whenever Golgotha Crackler attacks, it gets a +X+O until the end of turn, where X is a number of permanents you control with oil counters on them. It's kind of cool that it has Trample on this. But in and two of itself, it's probably like a 4.
Yeah, I mean, you're never playing this card without some amount of oil counters, right?
Yeah.
So, but with that being said, I think it's at a 5. I think it's easy for it to be a 3/3 or 4/3 trample. Pretty easy.
Yeah, I have it on like a 5. It seems pretty good. Trample seems like it might be good.
Next up, we have Molten Rebuke. Is it me or did I skip you?
No, it's you. It's you.
Okay.
You're good.
This is 4 colorless and a red for a sorcery. You can choose one or both, up to you. It deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you can destroy target equipment. It is a sorcery. So 5 damage and destroy an equipment or one or the other. These are like the 5 mana red cards that you kind of have to begrudgingly put in your deck. I'll put this at a 5.
Yeah, I have it at 5. Yeah. You play these.
I have this at a 6. It's a 2-for-1. You can do
It's like a
both.
bad 2
Against one deck, it's a 2-for-1,
Yeah,
but against
like-
most decks, it's not.
It's a super mega bad 2 for
Like, I
1.
feel like there's going to be some incidental equipments going on there. I could see that. It'd be good. It's going to feel real good when you do it.
Yep. Next up, we have Sawblade Scamp, which is 1 mana for a 1 red mana for a 1/1 Phyrexian Beast with haste. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on it. Remove an oil counter. Tap it. It deals 1 damage to each opponent. Yeah, it's good. It's like I have this at like 5. It's like what's the one thing? Thermo Alchemist.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's good.
which
Yeah,
is
it's hasty.
which costs even more
Yeah,
and couldn't attack.
This Thermal Alchemist, it is not.
it really is.
It doesn't untap itself. That's what the cool thing about Thermal Alchemist was.
Oh,
You can
yeah.
start chaining it.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
definitely, for me,
It's
it's
like a
it's
fair
like a
one.
2, actually, for me. I mean, it's just,
Nah.
might as well be a 1/1 haste that pings for maybe 3 damage or something. This guy
It's
is-
such
Hey.
a boomer take.
I know I'm the long-winded. I know I'm the long-winded guy, but I have another pitch for you. Okay, Sawblade Scamp on 1, turn 2, give him +2/+2 and 2 oil counters, which is really 3 oil counters. How much damage did Sawblade Scamp just push through?
Like a
That's-
bunch.
7.
5.
7. It gets 1 on turn 1, 3 on turn 2, and then 3 oil counters on a fucking 1-drop. Like,
It's it's gonna be horrifying.
yeah, like
Oh.
this is a common.
Oh
This
my,
is scary. This is scary.
my God.
If your 1-drops doing 7, oh
Tell
my
me how
God.
scary
It doesn't
this
come with oil counters, so that's the only thing.
Yeah,
just
but all you have to do is like,
Play something, yeah.
this is
keep
like
telling me how scary this guy is for our YouTube shorts.
I don't
Okay.
think it's like that good, but
this is like the
Yeah.
Goblin Blast Runner of this format.
I agree.
Yeah,
That's
it's
why I
the
have it
1-drop
at
that's gonna push in 6 damage or more.
5. Yep. I agree. A little bit. Not
I
as
give it.
much.
I give it a 6. I'm super excited.
Oh man, this is a 2 for the record for me.
Okay.
You got
Please,
down.
if you ever take
Try
this,
again.
oh my God. You-
This-
Okay, next up. It's your turn, Andrew.
I'm still hot. I'm still hot for the last
A
one.
fucking 2.
Shrapnel Slinger. We're on to the
tell-
next one. Shrapnel
tell-
Slinger is a 2/2 for 1 colorless and a red, an artifact creature, a Phyrexian Beast. When Shrapnel Slinger enters the battlefield, you may sacrifice a creature. If you do, destroy target artifact and opponent controls. This is kind of slick. I kind of like this. I feel like there's going to be a ton of artifacts in the set as it is an artifact creature. That being said, I think it's a 5.
Yep, solid. Can sack itself to destroy the artifact. Solid.
C.
Yeah, I have this at like a 4. It's okay.
2/2 with upside.
Yep.
Next up, we have Thrill Possibility. You guys know what this card is. 1 mana and a red for an instant. As additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards. This is like a 4. It's always been a 4. Always will be a 4.
Yep. I agree. Sometimes the Zidex really win it though.
Yep.
Yep.
Is it Dex or it is better?
Yeah, it's 4.
Mhm.
Sure. Yes.
Next up, we have Volt Charge, which is 2 in a red for an instant. Deals 3 damage to any target. Proliferate. This is like a 7.
Oof.
Premium removal.
7.
These
Or-
just keep getting better and better.
Yeah.
We had
Ugh.
the Power Stone one,
Yeah.
and now it's an instant.
I'm
That's
glad they're making them
insane.
instants. This is just so
That's
good.
so good.
I'm
That's
almost
amazing.
certain Proliferate's better than a Power Stone.
I don't know. I
I'm
don't
almost
know.
certain.
That was like the best red comment.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, this I don't know if it's better.
I mean, was it
It's
better?
still insane though. Yeah.
Was it better than Scrapwork Mutt?
Yeah.
Greatest goblin picker of all time, Scrapwork Mutt.
No, it had a higher win rate.
Did
So,
it really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well,
Yep.
people just scram scrapwork.
Does anyone not give it a 7? That's
Yeah,
all I
like
wanna know.
yeah.
Oh, it's all
7.
7s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Jackpot.
Did I read the last one? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So it's
Full shock splitter for a it's a 3 colors and a red gets you a artifact equipment, and it has a 4 mirrored in, so you get a little 2/2 attached to it, and it has equipped creature gets a +2/+0, so you get the bone splitter action, and then it equips for 3 2 colorless and a red. This card's pretty good actually. I kind of like it. Let's give it a 5.
Maybe a 4
you cut
on a
out,
good
right?
day. Maybe a 4 on a good day.
Oh, good.
I have
day.
it at 5.
There
I
you
like
go.
it. It's a 4-2 for 4. It's okay.
Yeah, that sucks. 4-2
What?
for 4
Yeah, but
sucks.
like it's like a 4-2 for 4 that can move itself around. Like it's
Yeah,
cute.
right.
It's cute. It's cute. I like it. Full stand.
All right, we're up to the uncommons. Next up, we have Awaken the Sleeper. This is 3 colors in a red for a sorcery. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. Gains haste until end of turn. If it's equipped, you may destroy all equipment attached to that creature. There are a couple free sack outlets. The Rakdos sack thing might be a thing. This could be AFR territory threatened. I don't know. Time will tell. For now, I'm going to give it a 5, but a 6 in the Rakdos.
Yeah, I have it at 5, but like I don't think it's AFR levels because there's only one.
Sepulture
threat.
Glue.
No, there's only one gain control of target creature, act of treason or whatever. And it costs 4 mana and it's uncommon. So like I don't think you're gonna get the critical mass of these to really make like you're gonna get blown out by this occasionally, but yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think you're gonna get enough of these to really build your deck around it.
I don't think it's a build around, but I feel like it's just good utility. I think it's a 6. Sometimes it's really hard to just get rid of pesky equipment, and so that's pretty nice that you just destroy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that.
Like
but-
the destroy equipment thing is irrelevant to me.
Yeah, that's how I
honestly.
feel about it
It's very
too.
relevant in a set that's based. That you have a whole tribe that's based around equipments. Like you're gonna start seeing it more often than not. This card's gonna grow up in value.
Yeah.
So would you
it
play
is
this
uncommon.
outside? Would you rate this as 6 outside of Rakdos?
Yeah, I'd probably put it in another deck. I'd probably sideboard it too. I feel like I'd side this out quite a bit.
Yeah, but like if it's a 6, it's just going in, right? Like if it's a 6, you should never be cutting it.
Ah, gosh, curse this rating system. All right, maybe it's like I like it so much though. I think it's kind of cool. To get the one. I give it a 5. I'll just
No, you can give it a 6. Like,
I mean, we're picking hairs here. Yeah.
okay, whatever.
That was the right.
Next,
Say with your chest, son.
There you go.
next up we have Cacophony Scamp, which is 1 red mana for a 1/1 Phyrexian Goblin Warrior. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. If you do proliferate, when it dies, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. It's like a 6. This is good. This is like Floodlight Fiend. It's disgusting.
I'm
Yeah.
at a 4. It just takes too much to get it going.
You don't need
You're
to
the
get it going.
equipment
You literally
guy.
just swing in with it.
What are you
He's
gonna
beat
do? Like
face
deal
with it.
1 damage with it? They're gonna block it. It's still a 1 with no evasion.
Yeah, it kills 2/2s.
This
Yeah,
is
it's
what you
good.
want to kit up.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, this is cute. I love it.
Alright.
This is
It's
the
a
guy that
1/1
you want
play.
to attach
I
all
feel
of your
like this
equipment
guy's
to.
ripe to just get blown out. You're back
Yeah,
to
and
the
then you deal 1 to their face, and they blew out your 1/1 for 1.
How are you ever getting blown out on a one drop?
like,
What?
yeah,
Like, what
it's
do I
so
have to do to
good.
get
like
blown
no,
out?
if you're gonna like give it +2/+2, if you're gonna send your like pump spells at it or something, and just like kill its 1/1, whatever. There's
Oh,
gotta
I
be
traded my pump spell for your removal, and I got blown out.
well, you got 2 for 1, right?
No, because I can do 1 damage to any target still, right?
Okay, so you deal 1 damage to me or something. I guess
No, I'll just kill one of your 1/1s.
oh, okay.
2 for 2. And I ate a removal spell with a 1 drop.
1/1, yeah. Like, if
Yeah,
you're,
like
I don't know.
yeah, it's so good. I love it. All right.
please kill my 1 drops.
Churning a reservoir. 1 red for an artifact at the beginning of your upkeep. Put an oil counter on another target non-token artifact or creature you control. So it's going to go creature. For 2 colorless, you can tap it and create a 1/1 goblin creature. Activate only if an oil counter was removed from a permanent you control this turn, or a permanent with an oil counter, on it was put into the graveyard this turn. This seems like a really hard to activate all the time. It's probably like a 4. No, it's probably like a 3. I'm just not going to play this outside of a dedicated oil deck.
Yeah, I mean it's a 3. It's built around D. You have to have a certain deck for it to be good.
I have it a little higher. I like a 4, maybe even 5 territory, but yep, I agree.
Next up, we have Exuberant Fuseling. This is 1 mana red for a Goblin Warrior, Phyrexia Goblin Warrior. 0/1 with trample, and he gets +1/+0 for each oil counter on it. Whenever it enters the battlefield, and whenever another creature or artifact you control is put into the graveyard, put an oil counter on it, and he gets +1/+0 for each oil counter. So it's a 1/1 trample. When stuff dies, it gets bigger. I'm not super impressed with this, honestly. I think it's like a
Yeah, I have it a 4.
I too have it at a 4.
Yep. Next up, we have Furnace Punisher, which is 2 in a red for a 3/3 Phyrexian warrior with menace at the beginning of each player's upkeep. Furnace Punisher deals 2 damage to that player unless they control 2 or more basic lands. Yeah, it's like a 5. I don't know. It's a 3/3 menace. It's kind of good.
Yeah, it's just at 3/3 minutes, like all the time in draft, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 5, I guess. I mean, it's aggressively a menace creature.
oh
Yeah,
my god, Centaur Coursers used to be 5s, right? 3/3's 3. This one has menace.
Yeah, that's that much better.
That's quite a bit better, I think. I have it at 6.
okay.
Just for a 3/3 menace.
Yeah.
Man.
3/3 menace, baby.
Alrighty.
Lethal Demolition. 1 red for a sorcery. Destroy target artifact. If you control that artifact, you get to create 3 1/1 Phyrexian goblin creatures. This is, I mean, if you're going wide, this is pretty good. It's probably a solid sideboard card. 4.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at a 3 unless you have a bunch of, like, unless the you killing your own stuff is relevant. But
Yeah, I have it at 3 too.
next up, we have Hex Gold Halberd. This is a colorless and a red for an artifact equipment. It has 4 Mirrodin. As long as it's your turn, equipped creature has first strike and trample. You can equip it for 3. This card is very good. I actually think I might like it a little bit better than the double strike one because it only equips for 3. And he has first strike and trample, which are crazy relevant abilities. I think I have it at a 7.
I had it at 6. I still like it a lot though.
I'm at
Huge
a
fan
5.
of equipment.
Ooh.
5?
Yeah, I got it at a 5.
Yep. That's fair.
Your 2 first strike trample for 2 is a 5.
Yeah. It's only on your
Oh,
turn, man.
I guess
All
it's
right. All right. Next up. All right, next up. Is it even my turn?
It
Is
is.
it my turn? Okay.
Yeah.
Magmatic Sprinter, which is 2 in a red for a 3/2 warrior with haste. Whenever it enters the battlefield, put 2 oil counters on target artifact or creature you control. I hate how they word these. And at the beginning of your end step, return it to its owner's hand unless you remove 2 oil counters from it. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. This one's a hard one to rate because like if putting 2 oil counters on something is good, then this might be insane. But
Mhm.
it's real cute with the little 1/1 guy.
Putting
Like,
2 oil counters on something is good. Wouldn't the +2/+2 just be better? I mean, maybe not. This is repeatable, I guess.
yeah, it's repeatable. You do it every turn, right?
Yeah, and he has haste. You can just get in there too.
Yeah, it's cute, but I don't know how relevant it is. I'm gonna start it off at 5.
I'll start it at a 5, but it probably is. It's in the oil deck. I'm sure it's like a 7, maybe a
Feels-
6.
Yeah, maybe in the oil deck. Yeah.
Yeah,
It feels trappy to me, honestly.
even in the oil deck.
Yeah, because it's like 3 mana just doing the same thing over and over again without really actually developing your board state besides adding
You
oil
just
counter.
made a massive point earlier about how good the 3 mana give something death touch was. Like, you
Yeah,
give
but
that
that's
for like
different.
an 8,
That's
right?
literally a 3-turn clock.
So
that's a
is
literal-
like making all your stuff huge if it does that, right? Like that's good.
Yeah, 3 mana. The 3 mana that you can develop your board still because you don't have to pay it because you don't have to give your stuff death touch because they're not going to block it for a while. Is way different than like the 3 mana that you have to pay
Yeah.
every turn to do
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, what do you give it?
4.
Nahiri's Sacrifice. 1 colorless and a red for a sorcery. As an additional cost to this spell, you can sacrifice an artifact or a creature with mana value X. Nahiri's Sacrifice deals X damage divided as you choose among any target creatures. This is probably like a 4.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be that good because it's their mana value, not their power.
Yeah.
Yeah, I probably have it at 3. Yeah. It's cute though. I like
Yeah.
how you can nuke stuff, but
That is cool. Yeah. Dividing the damage is nothing to sneeze
Yeah.
at, but
Yeah, you have
not
to have
being able
like a 7 drop, right?
not being able to go face is like that's always one of the key hallmarks of a fling, right? Is just
Yeah,
you-
and sorcery speed makes it worse. Like, right? If you
Yeah.
get a sack in response, it'd be a lot better.
actually this feels like a 3 now, but
It
whatever.
might be. Yeah.
I forgot it was
That's-
sorcery.
Oxida Finisher, 5 colorless and double red for a 7/5 Ogre Rebel. Has affinity for equipment, and affinity means the spell costs 1 less to cast for each equipment you control since it has affinity for equipment. So in Andrew's world, this is going to be a 7/5 trampler for 2.
Yeah.
Most of the times, it'll be a 7/5 trampler for 6 or 7. Which I think a 7/5 trampler for 6 is fine, right? I give it a 5.
yeah, I have this like a 7. I love this card. I'm gonna be playing the shit out of this one. He's insane. He's got affinity, Ryan. You're tripping.
Oh my gosh. For a guy that
Affinity
has
for equipment.
Yeah. What other artifacts are you putting in your deck?
All the little mites. The mites are
Yeah,
artifacts.
no. Nah, I just gonna have all the equipments.
this guy might as well say Oxida Finisher next turn because this guy's never finishing a game when he cast him. That's so unfortunate for this guy. What a
He's a beater. He's good. I love him.
I'm at a 4 on this guy. Even in my world, he's only like
man.
he's so bad.
A 7/5 trample for 6 is always.
I think these guys are just
Yeah,
lightning bolts for
cute.
things. He's
Yeah,
cute.
lightning bolts don't kill him. He's got 5 toughness.
He's a lightning rod. He's a lightning rod. He just takes all the removal.
I don't
Anyway.
understand. I'm sorry, this is going to derail a little bit.
No,
Yeah,
don't do
Here we
it.
go. Here we
I don't
go.
understand how a creature that commands a removal spell is bad. You're just like,
No.
it can just get removed, so it's bad. Like, if you have to remove it, that means it's good, right?
I guess, but it's not like I mean, this guy even at 5 is pretty easy to remove too. There's like a bunch of incidental 3/3s and things like that. I mean, it's cool that it has trample, but I don't know. He just has no way of protecting himself, or he doesn't do anything when he comes into play either. He's just a big dude. You know, he doesn't gain you the life. He doesn't give you. He doesn't not impactful other than just being big on the board.
Yeah, but he can be cheap though.
Yeah,
That's what I think makes him good.
Yeah.
That's where I'm saying like he could just die. I mean, before he does anything.
All right, next up we have Rebel Salvo, which is 2 in a red for an instant affinity for equipment.
Hell yeah.
Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That permanent loses indestructible until end of turn. So the only way to kill the big 7/5 is to also be into the affinity equipment deck.
Dang.
I don't even think you have to be into that. I just think this
Yeah.
is 7. This is just insanely good.
Yeah,
right?
this is just
Yeah.
insanely good. Yeah,
But like it's so cute that it has affinity for equipment, so the big monkey decks get to
It's
smash face with it too.
yeah, that's so good.
Sick.
It's so not needed on this card, but it's great.
So unnecessary. Yeah.
Yeah, really, it's already 3. Like, how much cheaper do you need it to be?
Yep. That one is absurd.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And then we have Resistant Skywarden. It's for a 5/5 for 5, so 3 colorless and double red. You get an Ogre Rebel with Menace and Reach. This guy's decent. It's like a 5. He's a good like just top of the curve dude who's going to get in. And Reach might be good in this set. There's a lot of dumb flyers, little flyers.
Yeah, I mean, I have Meta 5 too. I think he's interchangeable with the 7/5. Basically the same card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have him at 5. He's pretty good.
Reach might be more relevant, honestly. But yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, we have
go ahead.
Urabrass Anointer. This is 3 colorless and a red for a Flame Tongue Kavu. It's a Phyrexian Wizard. It's a 4/2. When it enters the battlefield, it deals X damage to any target, where X is the number of permanents you control with oil counters on them. Obviously,
Kavu that can go face.
yeah, and do more than 4. Like,
Yeah.
obviously a bad card. I think it's like a 7. Obviously, you have to have some oil counters. I think even if it does 2, you're super happy with it.
Yep. I agree. I actually give this a 7 too.
The only thing I don't like about this that it doesn't enable itself a little bit. It doesn't come in with 1 oil counter.
Yeah.
And so that's
That's true.
really kind of dinging it for me. I mean, obviously in the oil deck, this is a 7. Like you're obviously going to play this in the oil deck. I think in and of itself, it's probably like a 4. I mean, you maybe it's probably like a 5, I guess, if there's some incidental oil out there. But outside of the oil deck, you're just going to be really hard to make the cut with this guy.
Yeah. I don't think you play it outside of the oil deck. But
I can't
I mean,
imagine.
I think if you're in red, you're gonna have some oil counters. But
yeah.
I would think so, but I don't know. Like that's just, and it just the fact that it doesn't enable itself is really the crime on that card. If it just had 1 oil on itself, that wouldn't be too bad.
Normally they do.
Yeah, that's kind of
Wow.
weird. Like top decking, that guy's got to feel real fucking miserable.
they exchanged that out with the any target, I think. Like,
Yeah, that's pretty nice to be
Yeah.
able to go face. I mean, if you could make a crazy oil state, that seems pretty good. Like, it's
Yeah.
Well, even if you like have 2 and
Yeah.
like you can't kill anything, sometimes like cards like that, there's just nothing to kill, so it's kind of
Yeah.
worthless.
I really
but-
like that 5/5 reach guy. I think he's gonna be.
Yeah.
He's just kind of cool. I like having just random dumb red reach guys.